Another stream. I'm gonna jump right into it because the Replit Buildathon is about to start. I was gonna start 15 minutes earlier, but I'm late. Let me change the displays. There we go. You guys should see the Buildathon on my screen. And let's wait and see what it's all about. I still got some music on now. I'll turn it off after, once the Buildathon starts. I'm just finishing up a small project. Gonna send the client here. And I'll let the stream start up. One minute to go, chat, and then we'll start the day once the Buildathon's over. Alright, I see the stream's loading up. That's all good. Audio seems to be working. That's good. And now the Replit stream should start, so let me turn up the music for a moment. Alright chat, let's see what it's all about. Let me just log out here and log into my Replit. Let me open the Buildathon. And I'll log in here. Allow it. Alright, let's check the profile. There's not a lot of people on the Buildathon right now, only 30. Oh, I earned 3,000 in Replicash. That's nice. No, 2,300. I think they're gonna explain that in a few moments. That's for the voting. It's nice to see that random people voted on the app. They're gonna probably explain that now, but it's good to see that we got 2 bandos there. Let me see how my nephew's project is doing. He hasn't. Oh, he's got 700. Well, he gave himself 700. Ooh, Raymar gave him. That's nice. That's very nice. Can I see who donated to me? Let me see. Yip Laps gave me. Alright, he gave me the biggest part. Nice. Nice, nice. Well, I think he might even have a better chance than me, because if Raymar tipped him, that's a good beginning. Come on, let's go. Let me type in the chat. Let me open the stream on my front screen chat so I can see if anybody piles in. Alright, stream's healthy, 3 minutes live, maybe a bit of frame issues. What's up, FPS? It's time for the Buildathon first week. You can see I didn't get noticed per se by Replit, but definitely he did. Raymar Tirado is the streamer, so that's a good thing for him, man. And let's take it from there. Whoever's participating in the Buildathon, go spend some Replicash. Go spend it on Dollar Vibe Club. They're late again. Let me grab a smoke. Oh, where did I put my ashtray? Let me see. Alright, chat. Just let it load slowly. Let's see what they say about the Replicash dollars. Alright, let me open the Dollar Vibe Club in Canvas as well. And actually, let's also check the Replit Discord chat. So I'll open Discord. Very busy in the Replit chat, so it's kind of hard to keep up with the chat, let's say. Let me put it in standby chat, and while that's going, let me just put on the background music until they I think 2 minutes and they'll be popping up. See how many views they got. 250 from the 4,000 builders. Alright man, even the giants are too late. So I wasn't too late after all, let's say. Let me share mine. Alright chat, they're starting. Let's turn up the volume a bit. I'll turn up the volume for you guys as well. Yo, what's up Noxious? Welcome to the chat. Buildathon's just starting. Just gonna look at the first announcements.
Oh man, that's my board!
No way.
No way! I did it all on here.
Here they are. The homies.
Oh man, that's my board.
Let's go.
It's all on here.
How are you, dude?
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Oh boy.
Give me 1 second.
I hope you got more sleep than I did.
All right, it should be back for you guys.
Oh man, that's my board.
Let's go.
It's all on
Okay.
here.
Are you hearing How are that you, too? dude?
What's going on? Oh,
I was
boy.
hearing. I'm hearing some background for some reason.
I wonder if I have YouTube open in another tab. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right. Don't worry. We're good.
Oh,
I do.
which is it me? Like, or do you also?
Right
do you also
here.
see
I
background?
did.
Let us know, Chad.
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
what
watching
I've been
YouTube
working
videos
on
all day. Sorry,
for-
everyone. We've been literally been watching videos, and I forgot
for
to
the
remute the site. Yeah, it's in
conceptual
the background, and we should be good to go now.
Of credit. So that's essentially that's free money for you, right? Like you're gifting someone, you're getting it back. So that's a no-brainer.
what did he say?
Community come together. It's been we're going to share some of the stats, the amount of sharing and thing inside the Buildathon. You may be building and you may be doing things, but really, like, you should come hang out in Discord with us. It's super cool in there.
So much fun. We're going to jump into everything Buildathon in just a moment. 2 quick updates that we wanted to share with you. Number one is that we have a referral program that's happening right now with the launch of Agent 4, where if you gift somebody 1 month of Replit, you get 1 month free of Replit or $20 of credit. So that's essentially that's people, new folks to Replit. Second thing that I wanted to mention is next week we're going to have a collab stream with the folks at Revenue Cat. If you don't know about Revenue Cat, they're a great integration service for tying in payments into your mobile applications. This has been one of the biggest requests that we've seen from folks is, we're able to build all these great mobile apps, get them into the App Store. How do we monetize them? And we've been working with the folks over at Revenue Cat to put together a really nice integration for that. That's rolling out in general availability now. So you should have access to it now if you prompt Agent for it. But on Wednesday, we're going to have 2 folks from Revenue Cat coming on and telling us everything about monetization and mobile apps. So bring your questions. It's gonna be really helpful. It's a hard thing to do and get right, and because you have like multiple systems that you're jumping in and out of. So Wednesday, I think it's gonna be a really good show. I'll drop the link to that event in the chat.
Yeah. Revenue Cat's going to be, if you're building payments into mobile apps, like, it's something you need to know about, especially you using React Native. A lot of folks were kind of struggling with that before and trying to figure out, like, hey, how do I do this? This is going to be a big unlock for folks building mobile apps inside of Replit.
Yeah, and even like Revenue Cat's one thing. I think how we integrate with Revenue Cat, we make it super easy with Agent 4, but then it's what you do on the Apple app side of things, where like you have to configure things, you have to set things up. Like, again, the theme is coming up where like the hard part about getting mobile apps out there is dealing with the Apple ecosystem.
Let me just make
We're gonna walk you through that
YouTube
as
short.
well.
Once they get started.
Sorry, I'm chatting with folks in the Discord here. If you're watching this right now and you are not in the Discord, but you have access to the Discord, I would go hang out in the Discord. If we call your name as one of the winners, we're going to give you a chance to pop up here, and we may just do some call-in stuff from Discord participants. So
nice.
We're hanging out with some folks in the back here. So again, if you're part of the Buildathon and you have access to the Discord, you might want to pop in. We're on the main stage back there at some point. We may or may not get interactive with the folks. If we'll see. So anyway.
Awesome. But that's it. That's all I have. Reimar, you want to give us the recap on week 1?
Hold on a second, please.
He's like, where do I start?
Just make a short chat.
Let's just do this for people who might. You want to go to the other shot, and let's go to my screen here for a sec.
Yes.
All right. So, okay, let's just go through what we've been doing here. So we've been doing a Buildathon for the last few days. We launched it Tuesday, and what are we at? Like 47? What was the last count, Manny?
4,700 that have signed up.
4,700. Over 2,000 projects created in the Submission Hub portal. Like, it's it's been just electric. So the whole mission is to take that idea you've been thinking about, this thing you've been dreaming about, and get it out of your head, and then share your story along the way. And we're trying to help and build some momentum around that. So we see if we get some social buzz going. We see if we get some kind of folks in the community helping, and maybe you get your first 100 users, maybe you get your first 10 users, maybe you make your first sale, whatever it is. But we're going to help you stay accountable along the way, and then create a cool space for you all to build. And so that's kind of what we've been doing. And it's been a sprint this whole week, because we announced Tuesday everything that was going on. Wednesday we built in Discord. We had a cool hangout session in there, kind of going back and forth between people's content. And now, you know, like the submission deadline opened yesterday, and that was a little bit of chaos. We can talk about that here in a bit. But yeah, we've just gotten so many submissions. And so like now we're in the judging phase. And let me just go one more slide here, because we're talking through what we're doing here. So the office hours distribution. So yesterday, Thursdays is all about, you know, make an account. And today we're going to show you the winners. We're going to kind of recap everything that's kind of been going on. And so we just finished week 1. That's the cadence every week. So just so you know, that's the cadence every week. There's a 3-week competition. Week 1, we just kind of finished. Week 2, next week, it's just off to the races, right? So we've established our ideas. Everyone's kind of figured it out. Week 2 and week 3 are really about building and shipping and getting out to market. And so, again, we just finished week 1 here. We're going to week 2. Those submissions will open Tuesday. So on the stream Tuesday, we will open the checkpoint submissions again for round 2. And what we're looking to see there is how has this project evolved, right? Like from week 1, okay, this is what you said you're going to do. Here's how the project is evolving. Here's what I'm doing now.
All right, chat.
And then we'll make one more final checkpoint, which will be mostly about here's how I've taken this to market. Here's how I validated this concept. Here's how I have gotten X number of users. Here's how I made my first sale, etc. And then we'll have a week for full-fledged judging to take place and make sure that we can bring in everybody that we want to review.
My nephew got noticed by Raymar, so he got tipped for the effort on the platform. So that's
if you got your submission in. Let's talk about the checkpoint yesterday a little bit. We had some technical issues with some of the folks who submitted their projects early, getting kicked back to drafts. And so like there was some issue with like being able to resubmit those. And so we extended the checkpoint deadline by a couple of hours. If your project is marked as late, or if you're in there and you see anything, don't worry. None of that mattered. We didn't take any of that into consideration for yesterday's checkpoint. If you didn't submit yesterday's checkpoint, even if it's late, go ahead and submit it. You won't qualify for obviously this week's prizes, but you are still in the running for the whole competition. So just for missing the the checkpoint yesterday doesn't mean you're just out of the whole competition here. So you should continue to participate. Okay, so let's then go here and over the prizes is we're going to announce today a $3,500 cash prize, grand prize for the week, and then there will be 5 runners up. Again, we'll announce that, and then the grand prize is $10,000 with 10 category winners. And you can see all this on the Buildathon website, the buildathons.replit.app website. Scoring, we covered this. This is what we're looking for: clarity of concept, design aesthetics, functionality and features, marketing distribution, checkpoint adherence, and the use of Replit, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about the submissions and as they've come through, but go watch the last week's stream to get an idea for that. So what we've covered is exploring ideas fast. So now I want to take you through a snapshot real quick of kind of what people have built and like where it all falls in the spectrum here. So let's maybe do this, Manny. Let's do this for a second. I'm gonna go full screen just for one second.
Go for it.
Let's do this. Okay, so what are people building? Health and wellness leads the charts here.
What are people building?
Education and learning is right behind. Productivity and organization is,
I'm in education slot.
And now I'm going to show you where these kind of fall across the spectrum. So travel, discovery, family, community, AI assistance. I was surprised. I thought I might see that a little higher. But yeah, that was surprising. And then marketplaces. And then 11% is just like a long tail of other things that people are doing across the board here. And then there's this like cool little scatter plot that I wanted to share with everyone. And this is kind of the landscape of how these lay out across the industry. So on the bottom left, you've got for me, this is a personal problem I'm trying to solve. And then in the middle for my people, right? So this is like for my small community, for my like folks around me. And then on the right is like for the market. This is a broader, bigger, hey, this has market appeal at like scale. And then on the bottom of the chart is my problem. So this is something I deal with personally. And then at the top, it's like everyone's problem. Like lots of people deal with this problem. And we're trying to solve it for lots of people. And so this is where it was really cool to see these apps fall across, kind of the spectrum of where are these problems? Are they problems I'm trying to solve for myself? Are they problems I'm trying to solve for everyone? The travel and discovery was something that trended across a lot of people are trying to do like, can I create an agenda? Can I help you discover things in this location, that type of thing. So it was super cool just to see this plotted around, and it makes sense that people are building mostly for themselves, mostly for problems that they see as being bigger than themselves also. But then the core aggregation kind of falls into, and the meat of this falls into like for my people and also for the market. So it was just very interesting to see this this layout here. And then let me share. Actually, let's do this. Manny, let's talk about this a little bit. Let's like what are your thoughts on this like distribution here? And sorry, we're gonna go with a funky layout because I'm screen sharing a different way to be able to bring in the Discord here. So just bear with us on a little bit different layout as we tinker and experiment. But Manny, what say you to some of these charts?
So as I was going through the judging, I was surprised at the novelty that I saw with some of the. I mean, I thought I was going to see like a lot of clustering, but even like in some of these areas, they're kind of different. Some of them were like more beauty related. Others were more like information related, like health and wellness. Like there's like, I think an app that was tracking people's doctor's notes, and then there's other apps that were tracking people's digestive system. And so, you know, you have like 14% here, but you also have a lot of novelty in this bucket. So even though we were cranking through a lot of these, like I felt like I didn't see like the same thing over and over again, which I was kind of expecting. I was expecting to see like the same ideas come up again. You saw a little bit of that, but no, I was surprised by just the variety and like how different people's things were. And I actually like that. I think, for me, it's, what I'm thinking now is like, your niche is your moat. Like go narrow and really like focus in on what you have like a lot of passion in, what you have a lot of expertise around. And even if you don't think it's a big market, because now you have access to the whole, to the whole World Wide Web, like you can find like enough people that are going to be might also have that niche that can make it very valuable for you to build that service. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised around the variety that I was seeing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the type and number of apps and just sheer, I don't know, like there's a lot of, I'm going to go through, like I have some thoughts of like, what you should do if you want to participate. I see somebody asking here, is it possible to sign up for the competition still? Yes, you can absolutely still sign up. You can submit late checkpoints. So you'll just have missed like the first week, but yes, you can still compete in the Buildathon moving forward. And there's still lots of opportunity for folks to kind of step up. And really what we're looking for is people to, like, over the course of the couple weeks, is for us to kind of understand your story, learn a little bit about what it is you're trying to build, and maybe, figure out how to boost that up as we go, I guess. And then there was another question here. Somebody asked, like, how do we come up with the categories? This was just, we asked everybody at the beginning when they submitted their projects, what's the problem you're looking to solve? And so we just took that, I took that and put it into the agent and asked it a bunch of questions about, what people are trying to do. And that's how we came up with this chart and the other chart. So there's not like a crazy exact science here. We're just taking the data you all said about, here's the problem I'm trying to solve, and broke it down into top 10 categories by kind of grouping in industry. Let's see. So let's talk a little bit more about a little bit more about the data. Okay, so this was something that folks didn't really. Let me see if I can do. I can't do that because I'm in the wrong space. Okay.
The cache.
All right. So Replicache. We announced some Replicache yesterday. And we didn't really tell anybody about what this was or what we were using it for. And I think that was mostly done intentionally because we wanted to just see how people reacted, what they did with it. If you go into the app now, you will see that there is a What is Replicache video that has the video that we shared yesterday about how it works and how you should use it. But basically, there was about almost $9 million of Replicache generated in our little builder ecosystem yesterday. And the way you generated was by scoring, by participating, by engaging with folks across the platform, by leaving favoriting stuff, by interacting with the other projects on the page. We generated some dollars in this ecosystem. What was interesting to me is that almost everybody kept their dollars. They kept them in the pocket, and a surprising number of you like just dumped your wallets into your own projects, which is okay. You invested in yourself. The the idea for the Replicash and what we would like to see moving forward in the future rounds, now that there's a bunch of money out there now, right? So everyone started with like, I think it was $5,000. And so the idea for this is go take your $5,000 and reward other projects. The money you have in your wallet at the end of the day is not going to matter one single bit. These are not Replit credits. They don't transfer to Replit credits. They don't transfer to cash in the real world. We may find some fun way to do something with them, but we have also seen that people are gaming it a little, you know, y'all are sneaky. And so, yeah, what we would like you to do is just go reward the projects as you go through. That's helping us kind of understand who the crowd favorites are, or who, like, you know, is kind of interacting, because we see people in Discord talking about, hey, you know, like, come over and like we'll do this, you know, like we'll swap, whatever. So anyway, 1,800 transactions, 273 people funded, 564 projects. So now it's like, hey, who do you want to go invest in? What project do you want to see succeed? And this, you know, may be a little indicator for us. Again, we're not really sure. We're going to make sure we have to lock down the gamification a little bit. But it's just kind of fun. It's a little fun social dynamic, and I thought it was interesting to see how it played out. Here's how the scoring came through. 2,376 scores submitted over the course of the last 24 hours. So to put the scale of it in perspective, 53 people submitted an average of 44 scores each. So 44, 45 scores each. And 1,159 favorites. Hopefully there will be a lot more favorites as we go. So 307 users are really kind of marking their favorites. That's kind of the mostly active. There's like a core chunk, it seems. And yeah, 1,700 judges scores and 641 crowd scores. So again, 2,376 total scores. Just cool to see the different activity and everything that's kind of happening with the Buildathon here. So
yeah, and with Replicash, it's just when you go and you review somebody's project, it just comes up as an option for you to divvy out your Replicash. Is that right, Reimar?
I'm sorry, say it again.
So with the Replicash, so when you go and you review somebody's project, you'll just see an option there, like as you're reviewing, like to give some of your Replicash, you'll see your balance and how much of it you want to give to that particular project.
Correct. Yeah. On the side of the project, any project you're seeing, you'll see the Replicash kind of ledger, and we can go into that on the screen if we want. We can go to the gallery and see it, but you just click the little send button, and yeah, you can slide and give as much as you want. You can give your whole balance. $50 increments, I think, is what it is. So you can give your whole balance, or you can just give $50 or $100 or $500 or however much you want. And then, yeah, there is a 75% tax if you pay yourself. So just keep that in mind. But yeah.
One other thing I wanted to say is I just wanted to thank all the folks that took the time to review other people's projects.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just so great. I think, you know, if you're working on something, you just love feedback.
Definitely
and I'm sure that if you dropped in a comment, even if it was a little bit maybe like critique-ish, I'm sure they appreciate it. And then two, I think it's also good for you because sometimes it's hard to judge our own work, but we can judge other people's work. And so you might say like, oh, that copy's a little bit off, or maybe I would have done something differently. You jot that down, and the next time you do an iteration on your own build, you're going to incorporate that. So definitely encourage you to do that more and more, is review other people's projects. It's a great exercise.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just good to see like what other people are doing, what, you know, like what the caliber of competition is, what type of videos people are creating, the range of videos. I mean, we got everything from like 7-second AI animated clips to like 30-minute rundowns of like, this is my whole thesis on whatever industry, you know. It's like so it's just a broad variety, and honestly, we left it very open for a reason, right? We left this very broad. We're like, hey, this is week 1. It's going to be some rough edges. This is a new build platform that we're building. This is a whole new kind of dynamic. We're going to be doing a lot of these as we go, and so like the idea is to just figure out the cadence. And now we're up and running, right? Like now things are moving. Now people got momentum. Now, hey, maybe you saw your idea. Maybe you see what other people are doing. You're like, oh, okay, now it's time to get to work. And so you can go in and you can edit like the public landing page that you're submitting here. What we encourage people to do like through the Discord was like your public page should be something that encapsulates what you're trying to do overall. And you can have links to your different assets and you can tell your story. I saw like some people created like a little, almost like a little link in bio. And they're like, hey, here's where my mobile app's going to be. And here's where my web app's going to be, and here's who I am. And so it's like introducing themselves, and like those are the types of things that you can get really creative with. Like, hey, I have one project here that's wrapping this stuff, but here's some other projects that I'm bringing into the mix. And so we wanted to see how creative people got. We wanted to leave you without much direction. We wanted to kind of see what happens when you got to squirm a little bit, how creative can you get, like, yeah. And some of you came through.
Awesome. All right, are we ready to announce the winners, Raimar?
Yeah, we don't have a ton of people in the Discord. I think most of them are just hanging, watching on the YouTube.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe we can
we-
just go, maybe just show like the videos and the entry
yeah, we
from the
can
different
just
Let's
go
see,
through
chat.
and do however we want to play it. Yeah.
Okay, so chat, who's ready to see the winners of this week's Buildathon competition? Drop some names. Who do you think won, or some apps that you think won? Drop them in the chat.
Yeah, and also a couple people are just real quick. Let's get to just a couple questions here.
What's up, Koza? Welcome to the
Somebody's saying,
stream.
can I get the link to the Discord? No, you can go to the Buildathon site. You can go to buildathons.replit.app, and then you can register for the Buildathon. And then inside of there will be a link to join the Discord, and then you can get the Discord link. That's the way to get access to the Discord for this, is to go through the actual
Thank you, G.
Buildathon website. And maybe we can, do we have that pinned yet or no?
Yes, the Buildathon site is pinned on YouTube, and I put it on LinkedIn and on X, so you
Great.
see it there.
Great. Okay.
How do you want to do this? Should we start from the category winners and work our way up to the first place prize? And again, reminder here, we have 5 category winners, each getting $1,000 in Replit credits. And we have a first place overall winner that's going to get $3,500 in cash. So some pretty neat prizes. So you want to go through categories first and then go up to the big one, or should we start with the big one right out of the gate?
I think let's lead up to the big one.
Okay.
Let's lead up to the big one.
People are excited, yeah.
Yeah, let's make them wait.
Let's go. Okay, cool. All right, so then I think we'll start with let's start off with our underdogs. So we have 5 categories: crowd favorite, judges favorite, at large, and then we have 2 underdogs. This week, next week we'll have a most improved, but this week we just have 2 underdogs. So underdog winner
Let me set the
number
audio
1
just 1 second, chat.
is going to Plan Penguin. Plan Penguin. Do you want to pull that up on your screen, Raimar?
Yep.
And see what if Plan, I think it's Yayi. Sorry, I just have your Gmail account in your profile. If you're in the Discord or if you're in the chat, raise your hand. Plan Penguin, underdog winner, $1,000 in Replit credits. So
yeah, if you're in the Discord, raise your hand. In the Discord, hello. Okay, and then we can probably go to, let's just maybe go to
your screen.
the screen scene. Yeah.
Okay. Switched it.
Switch.
I got it. There it is.
All right, Plan Penguin. So let's go to the Beat.io video.
Hi, my name is Yahya, and today I'm going to explain to you my idea, what I'm building in Replit for this Buildathon.
And maybe we won't actually, like, we're not going to watch the whole thing here, but what I think was really cool about this one is, and showed up in the Discord first of all, so was hanging out with us in the Discord chat. So shout out for getting noticed. Second of all, this is kind of like a Calendly for like making plans with friends, and like it was just very simple. And so started us out in a screenshot of the canvas here. Let's go full screen on this. And just kind of explained what they were doing. It's a very simple UI, and part of the app was already built. So this is something that I saw a couple others that are like in this similar space. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just thought this was something that was very interesting, showed off the canvas. I could see this becoming a mobile app. This is a nice little website concept. I could see this being useful for just friends or small groups. So this was one that like was just very clean. Again, was active in the community a little bit, and did a good job with their video here, sharing not just what they're doing, but how they're using Replit to get that stuff accomplished.
Cool. Congrats.
Let's
Congrats.
see. Yeah, and let's drop in here.
Let's
I see no raised hands. Okay. Yeah, it looks like most people are just hanging in the YouTube chat, so we can just stick with that for meow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Okay. So yeah, seeing some folks that were fans of Plan Penguin already, so not surprised to see Plan Penguin take a prize down. Cool. All right. So underdog number 2. So again, for $1,000 in Replit credits,
I'm gonna
we
dox
have
the whole winner list if I open it too quickly.
we have Ping Hunt by Soren Beck Jensen. Ping Hunt. So we'll pull that up.
Let's view a project. All right. Oh, let's open the video. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to. Let's see.
I think I've built something like 10 projects on Replit already. Some internally, some for...
Yeah, I can't unmute YouTube to play this one because it's going to start bringing in our video in the background. But again, another very simple, cool kind of concept. I think this was one of your picks, Manny, or what?
Yeah. I saw this one. I like this one. In the video, he explains the concept. The basic concept is that the app allows you to put together custom scavenger hunt games or exercises, and I feel like I see this pain point all the time, and I can't believe no one's thought about solving this. Like, corporate events always, like, when they get together and they do like a custom a scavenger hunt, and they have pen and paper that they're divvying out and who found what. And so with this app, the idea is that you go around and you do your own custom scavenger hunt. You set it up. You got geolocation, so it knows where you are, and then you create a group, and then you share that hunt with people in that group, and then they go out and they have to go and find those locations and take photos of it, and it's all through the app. And I just thought they had like it was like kind of like a very simple, straightforward app that would get a lot of legs and could get some traction fast. So that's kind of what I like this entry.
Well, and it's one of those like, we saw the mobile build-a-thon. It was like a kind of an underdog game type app, interactive type in the real world thing. So who knows in this underdog / most improved category what where this stuff heads. And these were very like honestly, there's so many projects. At a certain point, it's like yeah, it's hard to. There were so many good projects to kind of pick from. So I think we'll see this shift as we go. I think again, with another week of you all building, another week of like really being able to kind of dig through and understand, like, now we get to see some depth, right? This was just like, who are you? What is the idea? Okay, great, right? And so maybe some of these ideas don't come to fruition, and maybe some ideas that didn't sound super compelling become the ones that are really exciting over the next over the next couple weeks. So that will be interesting to watch play out. So
Ryan, we're getting a comment here that we're having problems in the Discord. That someone maybe needs to start the main stage. Just want to double check that.
It's live. Oh boy. I am in the pro stage. That is a major fail. Let me jump over to the right. Let me jump over to the right
wondering why
stage.
the audience was a little bit light in that channel.
Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect here. Let's go into the main stage.
Thank you so much,
Start the
Shallow, for
stage.
calling
Thanks
that
for
out.
the heads up. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. You guys are great.
Oh boy. See, this
is
what
like
happens
our
when you
background IT.
This is what happens when you're sleeping for 2 hours.
Yeah.
All right, there they are. What's up, friends?
Hey,
Hello,
there we
everyone.
are.
All right, what's up? I was gonna say this feels like really weird that there's only a handful of people in here, but okay, here you go.
And so for everybody that's watching, if you haven't joined the Buildathon, if you're not in Discord, this is what you're missing. This is a reason why you joined, to connect all these amazing people, chat with them, share ideas. Reimer is also doing exclusive content just for this Discord, where he'll go live for 2-3 hours.
4 hours, maybe.
4 hours. So it's just like, this is such a great perk of this competition. So highly encourage you to get in there.
You know what? I thought something was broken on the internet. I was like, what? Where is everyone? I was like, y'all were all excited. Everyone was in here. And now
I can see your feelings were a little hurt.
I was a little hurt when I was like, there's only 8
where's my
people in
crew,
here.
man?
And you know what's funny is they were probably telling me in the chat and I just didn't even look. Like I probably didn't even look, you know? I'm sorry, Angelina. Yeah. Folks. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay. So let's, if you are one of the winners, let's see.
Yeah, again, Plan Penguin or Soren Beck from Ping Hunt.
We're not going to know because I don't know. Their names are different. Their Replit usernames are totally different from Discord. So honor system here. If you raise your hand, you should be one of the winners. So all right. So who we have? Ping. What is it? Pinged. Ping. What is it? Pinged.
Ping Hunt.
Ping Hunt. Is Ping Hunt in the house? And the other one was
Plan Penguin.
Plan Penguin. Let me close these because people are going to think that those are related.
So if you're in the house, raise your hand. We'll get you on stage.
Yeah. Where's Ping Hunt? Who are my people? I see Ralph has got his hands up. Is that Ralph Torres? Let's see. Let me hide. Ralph, we're just inviting you up to speak. Okay, so we've got 121 folks now hanging with us in the backstage in Discord. That feels a little better. That feels a little more right. Okay, Ralph, what's going on? Hello, Ralph in the house. Oh, Ralph? Check 1, 2. I'm not seeing a mic next to your name for some reason, but I do see like the green bubble is coming in like audio's trying. Jonathan. Oh yeah, we probably won't pull you up here today this time, Jonathan. Okay, well, we're going to see if Ralph can come in. Otherwise, do we want to go to the next one?
Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one.
Okay, so the next category, at large, also for $1,000 in Replit credits. Winner is Auto Route by Sean Thompson.
Yeah, and this one, let's see, Auto Route. Let's go to View Project.
So, Sean, if you're in the Discord, if you're in the YouTube chat, get in Discord. We'd love to talk to you. Get on the main stage.
Yeah, and this one was cool because this one seems like a really like just useful product that if you can pull together, this would be really good. Your audio is suppressed in Discord, Rymar, it says. How could that be? Okay, dynamic links for marketers who move faster than dev teams. So this was really cool. This was like you put a link in and then you can change where the link is routing to. So maybe, and then you can basically change it based on the device, time of day, the geography. Like there was all sorts of different rules you could set for how you route the information here. Yeah, it was super cool. I wonder if the demo is here. Loom doesn't play when I'm logged out. And they were saying that they could hear, but let me see. Output device. I should be hearing you. Try me one more time, Ralph. Yeah, see, I don't see.
I don't hear him. And he doesn't, he does have like
it
that
does show the little
thing.
green,
Yeah.
it does show the little green bubble around us. Do I have Ralph muted by chance? Nope. Okay. Well, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to help that one. Can we try somebody else? Can somebody else come up from Discord? Up here, Jonathan's Old Faithful. Let's see if you come on up here, if you're eligible to. Let's see if we can hear you, Jonathan.
He's muted.
There you go. Jonathan's been loyal in the Discord here and just always popping in. Jonathan, let's see if maybe it's going to take a sec for his mic to come in. Maybe my computer's going to crash. Like maybe everything's going to just break now. Oh boy. Okay, so That's interesting. I wonder if, like, we had some problems with this the other day with Discord where like people just couldn't, like, I thought Discord was pretty stable, and now we're having like multiple times we've had issues with this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, there's
Oh,
JD.
I heard something.
JD, what's up?
What's up? It works.
Hey, what up, JD?
Oh, I don't know what the problem is. I couldn't hear him either, actually.
You couldn't? Okay, so if you, all right, so if you can't hear and you're in the Discord, just step out and go back in, restart Discord, like literally refresh Discord, turn off your app, relog the app in. I don't know, come back in. Yeah, okay, great. JD, was yours the link one?
No.
Oh,
I just wanted to.
You just came out the
Discord.
chat.
Thank you. He's like, but if you're giving out prizes, I'll take one.
Oh, all right. So Ralph, yeah, let's try the same thing. See if you can pop out and pop back in, and we'll see what happens there with that. Time to build new Discord via Agent 4. There we go. Some people are saying they hear him.
Don't give Reimer any ideas, guys.
No, I'm not building shit anymore. I'm not building nothing.
What's
not
up,
building
Phoenix?
Nothing more.
Right now we're just watching the Replit Buildathon and seeing if we get noticed or not, but we still got 3 weeks to go, so after that we're just doing stand-up work, getting it done.
Which one? We announced
Auto Route by Sean at large, and now we have Judge's Favorite.
okay. Yeah, this one was very interesting to me because it actually kind of worked. I think this is like, there was a number of people that did, sorry, let me just open this up fully before I switch to screen view. There was a number of people that did like voice, real-time voice analysis stuff, you know? And so this is like a voice coach here that helps you, I don't know, like Toastmasters does, right? It helps you like figure out what you want to talk. So I'm just going to pick a weakness here, filler words, rambling, maybe clarity. Maybe I need some help with clarity today because I'm half asleep. So let's just go tap to start, allow this time. All right. So yeah, I am demoing an app on the Replit live stream. What's up, everybody in the community here? This is one of the Buildathon champion winners, one of the weekly winners for the Buildathon, Agent 4, week 1. Just kind of rambling. Maybe I should be repetitive. This is the Agent 4 week 1 winner. I'll be a little kind of redundantly, maybe obtuse and not very clear about what I'm talking about. And maybe okay. And so I'll like click that. And what's really cool is like, it gives you then a clarity score. So again, in real time, it's giving you the transcript. There was a number of them that were doing like real-time transcription stuff, real-time like feedback. This was pick your single strongest point and build everything around it, right? So it's like, it tells you, hey, this is how you can improve. So this was just super cool for, you know, like for just getting started for this wouldn't be that difficult to build, to be honest, right? Like this is the native AI integration. This is maybe like AI using Whisper or one of their like real-time voice transcription tools, and then having some analysis on the back. Like I could see, you know, building this in a handful of hours. I'm not saying that's what it took to build here, but I could see getting an MVP to something like this. And this is a cool concept, very clever. It's designed for mobile here. I just thought this was like a really clean, and then the video itself was also, you know, very well put together. She did a great job presenting. So I'm wondering if you are in here.
Sonia, are you in the Discord?
Are you in the Discord, Sonia?
Does she have a landing page, Reimer, or is it just drop you right into the app?
It was just the Gab app. Yeah, it was just this homepage. It's like a mobile optimized homepage here.
Gotcha.
So that would be my recommendation over the course of this, is for her to get like a little bit more in depth here. But this is, yeah, this was.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about just kind of general tips or things that I observed as I was evaluating some of these apps, or do you want to talk about that later?
Yeah, let's see if she's in here. Sonia in here by chance? Should we try this again at the risk of you know, tempting the live stream gods? Sonia, are you in the Discord or no?
Or in the YouTube chat by chance?
I'll try to get Ralph again here. It's trying. All right. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. We can talk a little bit about, let's go here and maybe we come back to this guy. And yeah, let's talk a little bit about that, because I saw some trends, I saw some general thoughts. I have some notes.
Let's go back and forth. I go
notes.
one.
Yeah.
I go one. You go one.
Okay, great.
All right. Speaking of Gab, okay. All right. So I see a lot of great mobile apps. But in order for me to see what you're talking about, I had to download the app on my Expo and check it out. And that's a lot of friction. Remember, you're trying to get somebody's attention and interest in less than 3 seconds. So if you introduce any level of friction in those 3 seconds, you're losing. So if you have a mobile app, take the time to put together a landing page, and you can have like a screenshot of the mobile app, so you signal that it's a mobile app, but you want to like make it easy for people to get an impression. Find out right away why they should even take the time to download your app, because that's work. Like, why am I going to even do that? And sell them on it, and then like link to the app. So that would be one of my tips.
So important. So important. Like, and it's funny because I've been on the other side of this sometimes, and I've done like the, I'm going to pitch myself, or I'm going to do my thing. And then you just do this video and you're like, oh, it's just like, I'm going to explain and this, and you're like, and you don't realize the volume. Like, it's different when you're on the other side and you're like, oh, it's just a 3 minute. It's just a 5 minute. It's just 10 minutes, whatever it is. It's like, all right, well, we're reviewing hundreds, thousands of these things, right? Like and so like, yeah, a number of times I got to the page and it was just the Expo link, and I was like,
right, yeah.
And if the video was good, maybe I popped it open, right? If the video wasn't good, then I was like, whatever. And so like, yeah, you want to get the attention. You want to like, which goes to like my point that I'll bring up from the video being good, is the difference was significant between how much time I was going to spend looking at your submission based on how much like FaceTime, like, are you a real human? Literally, my notes are like, this is a real human, And so,
all right, chat, they're just yapping a bit.
To articulate well on camera, the ability to talk about your ideas, to just be confident enough to like put your face on camera, even if you don't have a nice setup, even if you don't have a perfect.
You can make any kind of website, depends how you're doing it, with vibe coding or WordPress. Check my stream from yesterday, Phoenix. I went over, I think, my vibe coding job with Sahil.
There was a ton of AI videos. There were some good ones. Honestly, there was a couple that made me laugh. But mostly there was a lot of just sloppy, low effort submissions. It would just be really good to like put yourself up front and show us who you are. If you want us to spend time and promote and kind of bring you up into the next phase, like, you probably need to like, be willing to put yourself up front. As uncomfortable as that may seem, you got to figure it out. Especially in the AI world, it's going to be the biggest differentiator over the next couple of years, is like your ability to be a real human.
I'll piggyback on that from my point, because related, but I would say that one of the key things that you have to communicate to your audience is why you. Why are you solving this problem? Because in the world where everything can be vibe coded in just a couple of hours, I think you need to signal to people, why is that you're going to build this? Why are you going to stick with this? Why are you going to scale this? Why? And I think you have to signal that with people. And I saw a couple of folks do that well. Some folks that you can tell it was like a visceral pain that they were solving for themselves. And I'm like, yeah, I want to get that app. Like, if it's so painful for them, they're going to do a good job building it out. And so, that when I get on there, it's going to be a good service for me as well. Other folks had deep domain expertise in an area where it's hard to get. And I'm like, I'm never going to get that. Like, oh, like that's hard to come by. That person is going to scale their expertise, put it in an app, and charge me $5 a month for it. That's kind of a good deal. And so, to Reimar's point, the way you signal that is by putting yourself on camera and saying like, hey, this is what I did. This is why I'm solving this. This is why I'm passionate about this. And this is why you should use this service. And have people like really connect with like, or understand why is it that you're going to be the person that's going to build that for them.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I just think generally, as we move into this AI age, those skills, those soft skills, the people skills, all of those things are just going to be so important. It's going to be so important. Okay, let's see. Here's something from a negative standpoint that I'll say that I thought was like, that I wish, like, I saw a lot of people just kind of doing the basic, I'm going to build a multi-step form. And I know this was like early, so like maybe these were just the first version of a little something, but some of them felt like this is what you're trying to do is just like a 3-step form, that's okay. That's great. That may be a great lead engine for you. That may be a great, you know, something or other, you know, like push a little further. I think like we're at this phase where like you can kind of push a little bit further. Go back and watch the lead magnets episode we did a few weeks ago, thinking about like how you can just add a little sauce to your thing. And so that's what I would just say is like, it's going to take more than just a vibe coded little landing page. It's going to take more than a little website or a multi-step form. It's going to take a little something to take this thing home. It's probably not going to be, you know, just a basic little
We
thing.
got
So
work
I
to
saw
do,
a lot
chat.
of you. I know it's week 1. I know things are going. There's going to be lots of room for improvement. But that would be my advice to some of you is like, how can you evolve the idea a little further? How can you push what you're thinking about a little further and kind of push the limits? Again, Agent 4 is so powerful. You know, don't just don't take the easy route. Seek pain. What do they say? What's the Replit?
Seek pain. It's one of our values here. Seek pain. But we like to joke around that you don't have to around here in Replit, you don't have to go seek it out. Pain finds you. As evidenced last night. Somebody in the comments asked, like, did you guys review all of the entries? Like, yes, we reviewed. If you submitted something, if you submitted a checkpoint, we reviewed it. Yeah, we reviewed all of them. So
even if you didn't submit your checkpoint and it got kicked back because it was a draft and you thought you submitted it before and you were in there saying, hey, this was late, like even those, we literally reviewed everything. If there was a submission before, even this morning, right? Like we looked again this morning and we're like, let's go through the ones that came over for the couple hours we were asleep. Let's go through and clear this thing out and make sure everyone gets a fair shake. So yes. Did we have some super scientific method for how we picked all the winners and did all the things? Not really, you know? So
that's why a copy and your video has to be so good, you know? Again, like that's actually real life, Reimar, right? Like consumers today, like they don't care what your story is. They don't care like your background, whatever. They want to know like, how are you going to solve my problem? Like quick, like 3 seconds, go. Otherwise I'm moving on.
Yeah. Yeah. And, right. And I think what happened this week was mostly just a triage and introduction, right? It's like, here's this blast of projects. I'm sure lots of people will join moving forward because there's still an opportunity to win, but I think we have the majority of our folks kind of here on hand now, right? Maybe famous last words. But, you know, we've kind of bucketed folks. We've categorized folks. We've tagged things. Like now your job is to really make sure, hey, one of your judges needs to go look at my project for real, right? Now you need to be engaging with us on the social media. You need to share not just the video for your checkpoint, but like regularly, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I'm building. You know, like here's like, I don't know. Don't get spammy. Don't just blast our.
All right, we have to do a lot more social media and engagement to get noticed, I guess.
Now's the time to start thinking about how do I get, you know, like when we do these office hours, how do I make sure that I'm coming to present so that folks see my stuff? When we do, like, we're going to do some, okay, I don't know. We're going to tell the critique streams. We talked about some of that, these review sites. You know, like, how do we get noticed to be like showcased on some of these streams? You know, like, there was not a lot of turnaround time to try to coordinate with folks, but like, we're going to try to bring in the winners on these weekly streams, you know? So like, maybe we'll rethink a little bit about this process from like voting into, you know, probably Discord is not the answer. But yeah, like we're trying to figure out again, it's not just about building, it's about the distribution of these apps and about building the community around these builders. And so like, yeah, anyway, we'll leave it at that. And there's 2 more prizes to announce still.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Don't run away,
like, let's announce another prize and then we'll come back to tips, or we'll just close out and announce both prizes. Okay. Last of the
2 more prizes, chat. I think we're going to have to do a lot more social media work.
To Epic Bible Journey by Design by B24.
Yeah. Oh, and it's so, thank goodness you turned the development server on.
Oh, good. What's up? So we'll bring that up. You know, I think I saw in her, like one that I really liked her video. Again, this goes back to our point, Reimar. Like she had a really good video, just authentic. She was just talking about her experience, why she's building it. And I truly believe like she was building this for herself and she had a pain point and she wanted to build this. And then I saw her actual application. I'm like, oh, this is actually really well designed. This looks really fun. And dude, talk about mass appeal. I think this would have a lot of mass appeal. So I thought this was like a really, really strong entry. I think she had all those three things: authenticity, a real pain point. You know, it's also, it's like both, like, it's kind of one of those things where like it's both something personal and unique and novel to her, but it's also has potential to have like a lot of mass appeal. So I like that.
Well, and this is one that it's a simple dynamic, right? There's not a lot of complexity, but it's useful. It's well designed. It's well thought out. You know, her real voice behind it, right? So using some AI assets, but like there's some real character there. You know,
and you can already start seeing the monetization, right? Because when I landed on there, like I immediately wanted to click on that thing that was locked, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna sell. Because I just landed on there, like, oh, I want to click on that. I want to unlock that. And so I'm like, oh, she already has that kind of motion there in place. She's gonna have to flesh it out a little bit, but no, this was fun.
Princess name. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be a princess.
Reina.
Welcome, Sarah. I am the scribe, keeper of ancient wisdom, and your guide on this epic adventure. The journey ahead is unlike anything you have ever seen.
Again, so this is probably like a
Explore
11 Labs situation.
Welcome, Sarah.
Oh,
I am the
sorry, I don't know how to turn that off, but yeah. So again, don't worry, there's only one left. Maybe I'll try to sneak peek to that. Let's see, is the winner of the epic Bible journey in the house? Should we try? Let's see if the audio comes through before. But yeah, so again, there's such a broad range. Okay, so go back to like maybe let's go back to this view. And one of my other insights, going back to this is breaking out of the mainstream now, right? Like one of the, like, there was a lot of technical people, right? There's a lot of good submissions. There's a lot of stuff in here that you might see in other rounds, like just leaps and bounds, other things. There's a lot of technical folks doing cool things, smart projects, smart products, cool stuff in here, right? But there was also people you wouldn't expect. Teachers, educators, a father and son construction, like some kid and his dad's like a crane operator or something like that. They're building an app together. You know, like there's lots of stories and things and stuff brewing. And so like, I think one of my takeaways is that we are definitely entering a new era where
they're part of the judging team.
We're like really good.
They're announcing the winners.
As a believability factor, and you're
Let
just like,
me see if my mic is on.
Stuff up in a day or two.
Yeah.
You hear people talk about like this SaaS is going to zero type thing, and you start seeing this.
We've got a lot more social media work to do, and
you start thinking, oh, we are headed into a
stuff.
totally different phase where software is going to become way more disposable, right? You might see. We talk about this a lot of the time, like the effort you put into editing a video now, right? Like a good YouTube video is the effort you might put into vibe coding something, 6 months from now or right now, right? Like instead of spending 6 months building software, you might spend a couple days building software and you publish it and it's good for just the life cycle of a week or two or a month or whatever, you know? And I think we're just gonna start seeing like these really unique solutions that are gonna sprout up from places you don't even expect.
Oh,
and people
sorry,
are like,
chat.
a lot of people say, oh, vibe coding's dumb, nobody's using it. It's all stupid. Like, nobody's making any money with it. I don't know. I think it's just very early. And I started seeing like little glimmers of like, oh, this is like proliferating at a scale that we don't understand yet. Like early social media, where like people started like they're like, oh, okay, everyone's gonna do this, huh?
100%. I think we're early and we're riding this wave. It hasn't fully come to shore just yet. And what I mean by that is that, if you think about what you need to have a successful product go viral, go wild, make a ton of money, it's not enough just to build the product or the prototype. We're seeing a lot of great prototypes here, but even the great prototypes are not going to have a high likelihood of winning if they don't tackle scaling, distribution, the viral factors, the billing, the email, and all that stuff, and then also the promotional stuff, the distribution stuff. And so I think what you're going to find is that, yes, the building part has gotten much easier, but building is one thing, but getting like a successful startup up and running or a business up and running, there's so many more different components to that. It's like that's the input now,
That's
right?
why
Like
we
if you
use
start
Claude
like a
Cowork
new
chat
like a construction business or something. Yeah, like you
to
have
do
the raw
everything.
material coming in, and that's like the input that goes into your business. But that's not everything that you need, and you need like everything else around that to support that. And I think people are going to start building that together. So I think right now, you're seeing people be able to build things. Eventually, people will learn how to do the distribution, how to do the marketing,
Yes.
how to do the email stuff, and that'll come with time. And I think like another 3 months, 6 months, you're going to see like just everybody hitting it like with like these apps just going viral and like people generating a ton of money. And I think we're just kind of at the early part of that.
Yeah, and correct. That's exactly it. I think that we're going to see a flood of like right now we're just kind of seeing the tip of the iceberg of vibe coding, right? We're seeing the splashy it deleted my database outrage or look at this amazing thing I did in one prompt crazy sales pitch, versus like what's really happening is below the surface right now. People are building interesting things. Folks like you mentioned before, Manny, with domain level expertise are like digging in, right? I saw a couple where is she? JK, I see you in the Discord audience, had a real cool project where she's like organizing compliance things that are like, I don't know, things that nobody wants to think about, but somebody has to think about and organizing them in a really unique way. And she's got like some, domain expertise that's just like, I don't know. Maybe lots of people aren't thinking about that, right? Because it's not high, like no VC is like, let's go fund a business to do that. But in her industry, in that little niche, in the space that they need it, there may be thousands of people that need that product. And that is going to be like, again, like Manny, you're saying, like all these little new products are just going to, just like you saw Etsy stores pop up and now people are making 3D printing stores and like people are like, oh, 3D printing is not going to be anything. I have a friend making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year printing, like simulation race board dashboard things in his basement, right? He's got a full-time job and he's as a side hustle, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Literally, he's hiring people now to like assemble these things. And I think that's what we're going to see. Right, we're going to see stuff like that happen in the vibe code space.
Yeah, totally. Super excited about that. Very neat. All right,
do we want to announce the last one here?
I think we're gonna announce our grand prize winner. Then we'll continue to do tips. I got a couple more here. But before that, I saw someone in the comments say that they're just now hearing about the Agent for Buildathon for the first time. And it kind of pings me to say this because I got to review more applications.
This is kind of my first real stab at YouTube where I decided to stream every day. So I've also been surprised of the growth and I'm very thankful. And I just hope I can get organized to add more value soon. But I've got some plans because I definitely didn't expect to be over 100 subscribers. And we only going into our second week ending now. And it's been already, I've been very happy, motivated as well. And now that I watched this, I've got way more ideas on how to approach this.
We're gonna like release a new checkpoint, and then on Friday we'll do the showcase with some Discord hangouts in between. Yeah, let's.
And if you're joining late, you might have a little bit of an advantage, Reinhardt, because you've got like 10 hours of content to binge, and also like you're getting our tips as well. So, underdog right there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So everybody ready? Drum roll, please.
The winner chat
Of Agent 4 Buildathon Week 1 for $3,500 in cash. In cash goes to Engineering Launchpad. Engineering Launchpad by Diego Renteria.
we
Yeah,
didn't
and
get
this
it.
one again seems like a real
I'm a
simple
hard-working
site.
man, that's for sure.
When I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
That's the only thing you need
But then I kind of like scrolled
in
a
life, I
bit,
think, is
and
be
I
a hard
saw
worker.
this, and then really what sold me was
If you're a hard worker, all be good. I just want to learn from you. I'm building my Fiverr side by side. I hope to close. Focus on it, Phoenix. And once your profile is ready, send it to me in Discord, and I'll review it for you on stream. And I'll give you tips and more. I'm going to be sharing stuff of my Fiverr. So don't worry. Focus on it. Get on, watch my stream from yesterday. There I say a lot of things about it.
And this got a lot of excitement from the crowd, from like lots of people through Replit at this project as well. There were lots of favorites on this, so yeah,
in an authoritative way to it and speak with passion to it. And I'm like, yeah, this is his problem to solve, and I bet on this guy. So just a simple, authentic video goes a long way.
Yeah, I wonder. Hey, Diego, can I see a little mic?
Yeah.
Can we hear you?
No stress, brother. It was. I know what we're missing. We're missing more Discord engagement, and we're missing more social media. But we're gonna be working this week more harder on it. I've also been doing client projects. That's always the most important. I thought other different type of approach would be in different projects. But 10k is the main price, so I think of course you want to rather have the 10k than the 3.5k in 3 weeks. So it's all good, chat. We'll just start doing more social media. I think you need to do the same, Skilly, more social media. Put some music on. Okay, chat, let me close off this for today. That was good. I liked it. Go like it, everybody. I'll share it as well on my YouTube. Can't I share it? Alright, that's good. Let me just see where I'm at now, chat, with work and what the planning is. So we can close this. Be sure to like and subscribe, whoever's new in the chat. We got a lot more coming up. Week 2 is going to be building the app. They weren't really clear because now they actually showed apps that were kind of already almost as good as working. And at the first they said you can just do landing page. But all good, I ain't bitching. Let me check the work now. Alright, so I have that now. So might be back after to come and stream. Let me close this. I'll log out here for a moment. Then I'll log in. Continue. Let me check the stream chat. All right, I'll leave the chat open. Let me see what the plan is. Well, right now I still have to get into a lot of tests in Phoenix because right now, unfortunately, I'm stuck with work and I have to get client projects done every day. And we're going good, we're on schedule, and that's why I said to everybody until April I won't really be able to get to put a lot of time into testing and all that stuff. But I've got some plans to test everything. Like in my opinion right now, definitely Opus 4.6 is the best model, and I haven't been having no issues with usage rates or complex things. I've been doing a different approach with AI, of course. I work differently with it. So I understand that maybe other people who code a lot lose a lot of tokens. But so far so good, I can't complain. Let me just do the client a moment. Alright, chat. Oh, what's my title actually of my video? Oh yeah, Vibe Coding Buildathon. 5 gigs, and that's right, the revenue. Okay, chat, I think I'm gonna close off this stream for a little and I'll be back in a few. I'm just gonna eat up some and prepare what I have to do for the next clients, and then once all is up and running, I'll be back on stream. Most people check in later anyway on the stream, so let's consider this one a Replit Buildathon stream. Unfortunately, we didn't take home the bag, but that's no problem because we are waiting for the bigger bag. So we know what to do this week for sure, I'll tell you that. Alright, chat, see you after. Peace.